First of all, we're going to find the inverse. And I'm going to notice that this is the same thing as y. I know it says g of x, but that means y. The function g of x. So we're going to say x is equal to 1 over 27 y to the third. We switch the x and the y. We multiply both sides by 27 so that the 27 will go over to the other side. 27 times x is equal to y to the third. We want it to be just y, so we take the third root. And so we say, let me switch the y to the other side. Y is equal to 3 square root, or cube root of x. Because the cube root of 27 is 3. Alright, so let's graph the function and its inverse. And notice it didn't say that it was a function, but anyway, it's inverse. So let's do that. We will say when x is equal to, and then g of x, which is y. So let's pick easy numbers. What happens when x is, I don't know, negative 3? When x is negative 3, we get negative 1, because negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27. When x is 0, y is 0. Or g of x, you know. When x is 3, then it's positive 1. When x is, let's see, what's another easy one? Well, let's see, what can we say? Well, we'll just say something like when x is, how big do we want to go? Let's see, how about 6? When x is 6, that seems too big. Well, let's just see. When x is 6, we'll have 216, that's 6 to the third, divided by 27. We get 8. Hey, that was not so bad, huh? Okay. So let's plot those points. When x is negative 3, we're down here at negative 1 here. When x is 0, y is 0, or g of x. When x is 3, we're at 1. When x is 6, we're at 8. So we kind of see how this is going, right? And just for fun, if we said negative 6, just to flesh this out some more, negative 6 would be the same thing as we got before, but now it would be, is that true? Same thing? Because it'd be a negative 216, so a negative 8, right? So, seems reasonable. Here is our cubic looking function, and that seems right. Now when we talk about the inverse of a function, we're thinking about this line, x is equal to y, and so here's my line, x is equal, well, y is equal to x, I guess I'll say, or y is equal to x. That's the line it's going to be across. So now let's do it with the other one. We'll say when x, we'll pick out nice things, and this time I'll just go ahead and say y, because I did over here. I'm doing this one right now. Okay, so cube root. Well, of course, when I say 0, it's going to be 0. The cube root of 0 is 0. If we say, well, we don't have room to say 27, do we? That'd be nice. That'd be a nice one. How about the cube root of 8? Well, that'd be 2, right? And so we'd say 2 times 3 is 6. And the same thing would happen with negative 8. I get a negative 2, so I get a negative 6. So this one also goes through 0, which shouldn't be too surprising. When x is 8, then y is 6. Okay, and when x is negative 8, then y is negative 6. All right, so we know we're supposed to get things that are the mirror image here. So I'm trying to make the mirror image the best that I can. I don't think that was very good. But anyway, maybe I'll try again. It either is or it isn't, you know. So anyway, you can see that those are mirror images, and so that's what I want. This one does have an inverse because it does work out for it. Just because there could be doesn't mean that there is, but in this case, we do get an inverse function. But we'd still graph what we would get either way.